Good evening. How is everyone today? I don't know if I can actually change this. Or at least I can change that during. Test. Hello. Well, hopefully I didn't just mess up the whole setup there. guess we can just do that, because then... Oh no, I've just fucked up everything. A little bit, yeah. The hope was to mess around a little bit with the audio stuff. Hello. Sorry. Should have probably tested all this a little bit earlier, but here we are. Why is OBS behaving so weirdly on my machine though? I just want the layout to go back to how it was. Okay. There we go, that's what I wanted. So, is it just horrendously loud or something? Because I imagine okay, how about now? Hopefully that sounds a bit better. Right, that's just bizarre then, but I guess it works. So you should be able to hear me without problem. So then the next thing is, can you hear the music I'm about to play? Nothing at all? Oh well. That's very frustrating. How about now? No, it doesn't look like you can. I'm just figuring it out. That's super strange. I'm sure I've got this to work in the past as well. It's like the most frustrating thing. Not the most riveting streaming setup either, but oh well. Let me revert my audio. Remove that. Okay, quick audio test. You should still be able to hear me without too much trouble. Let's bring my music back in. Okay, that's the general background music that I have on, just so that it doesn't sound like dead air when I'm not talking. Takes a moment or two to kick in, but okay. going to be really weird working on audio that you can't hear. Sorry about that. Tried. I have to play around with it again when I am not in the middle of this. What am I up to? Yeah, because I got some really cool audio tracks from my now collaborator on the project, so yeah. Emphasizing the importance of imagination. What do you mean? Oh, you mean just having to imagine the music because you can't obviously hear it while I'm working on it, so you kind of have to imagine the coolest soundtrack ever, I guess. I suppose you could. It does sound pretty rad. I'm quite excited for it. Big deal, actually. I've been working on this a little bit in my off time for the last day or two, and we have a new development. Because now there is a sprite for the vehicle that you drive, and it turns, which is a lot harder than it seems. Because I had to do a bunch of vector trigonometry math to figure out which angle you're facing roughly. And it's not perfect, but there's no way I can do full rotation in my engine, so. This is the best we're going to get, at least for now. It's 6 directions. So you get forward, that way, that way, that way, that way, like that. Annoyingly, I've not got anything for the slightly more awkward directions. It kind of just has to guess. Yeah, they're not octagons. They are hexagons. Because I thought, what a great idea, we'll do a hex-based racing game. Genius. Never, well, not really been done much. But I've never done hexagon stuff before, so this whole project has been a whole learning experience for me. I don't think I will do it again anytime soon. And it's a lot of work to get this stuff to behave correctly. I mean, it looks alright. I'm happy with it. It's just a thing. This is actually a problem, though, UI-wise. I should probably change how that looks. Or just how it behaves. Okay, got the new pause menu in. That was last stream. So let's go fix that leaderboard real quick. What I want to do, really, let's go for the profile. And oh, it only takes the first. Oh, that's right, because it skips off the newest one. But we should probably actually need to do something interesting here because just check that. Oh, it's just things for dome development there, right. You can't hear it, but I've got the notifications for the Dome Discord switched on so I can hear it when people talk. Slightly annoying. So reverse scores, track scores, stop take, track scores, dot count, -1. Like that. So that gets all of them. But I only want the most recent ones. So then we go score dot skip. Like, I suppose that I want the last, like, 6 or something. I don't know. There's not really a scores.count like that. Dot maximum, because obviously if there's none or up to 6, you don't want to get negatives here. And our score equals like that. Scores. Let's see how that works. Good evening. I wish in some ways that Twitch would announce the people that are watching so that I can kind of address you by name and say hello and stuff. Because there's so few people, I'll either not notice that people have shown up or whatever. I don't know, maybe that's just too creepy to have, but it's a small scale stream, so yeah, say hello if you feel like it. That looks like it does the right job here. Let me just reset the scores. Like that. That probably needs a button or something, but yeah, that looks alright. Nice, very nice. I can drop the prints that are going on in here now that they've served their purpose. As always, if you have any questions about anything I'm working on, or about Dome in general, please feel free to ask. And I will do my best to answer them. Yeah, that looks alright. I guess it could like completely erase the previous, outside of the most recent 6, you could erase them, but I'm not going to bother with that right now. It's just a text file, it's not going to be small or anything. Right. So I have this music on the agenda, and then I've kind of got this, which is menu stuff. Oh, that's like that. So, I wanted 3 tracks. I thought that at least that'd be a good amount to start with when I come to it. Let's do something brand new, or at least new-ish. I've not really worked on this stuff yet, so. I've not brought all the music over yet, so menu dot. MP3. Like that. To be honest, I should have probably had like folders for each type of asset, but it's too late for that now. Vim jukebox.ren. I thought that I'd have it, call it a jukebox. That seems like a sensible thing to do. Probably keep it static. Import audio for audio engine. I am going to need the docs for this, just because it's been a little while since I've done any audio work. I'm very proud of the audio engine that Dome uses, but it has been a little while. That's just going to be a nice simple audio engine.register. Pass through. To be honest, we should just load it because I want it fast. If current, then stop. Because then at least I've only ever got one background piece of music playing. We'll play the menu music. I'm not going to do it there. Box.register. Menu res/menu.mp3. Oh, crap. Actually, I've just remembered the Dome does not actually support MP3s. I need to go and make an OGG file. Oh, is it OGG? Yeah. Good job, me. It's because I just received it as a thing. So that's all the files. It needs to be CT style. Keep it in stereo. Let's try and keep it to good quality. Menu.org, res.menu.org. And it is playing, but not that you can hear it, but that's a start. And it'll actually keep playing while we do stuff. But if I come here, it'll restart. Yeah. I suppose really what I need to do, although it's not that important. Do channels know what name they are? That's a good question. Oh, they do. Good job, me. I wish I hadn't called it past, but there we are. Like that. Because now what should happen is that, but wait, what? Current channel is equal to null or that. So the music is playing, and then if I come back to the menu, it doesn't change the song or anything, so it doesn't restart, which is good. But when I go to the game view over here, and we say import the jukebox for jukebox, game view, jukebox stop playing music, track, oh hey, how's it going? Don't mind me, just working on audio stuff that I can't get to play through Twitch, so it's going to be a bit odd. I'm trying to talk through it though, so that people can still follow what I'm doing. So I have this. Let me just make sure that all the stuff gets set up correctly. But hope you're having a lovely time wherever in the world you are. And whenever. Res dot track one dot arc. So my assumption now is that it will go here and it plays one music. That fails when I go to the next one because I set the thing up wrong. Music, it's actually track one now. And it does swap, so that's good. And I've just realized the next problem, but do that. It resumes and that's fine. So the problem with the jukebox at the moment is that current channel loop should be true. Like that. And then it should sit and play through them without problem. And it should be pretty seamless. How long is the track? Okay, I'm just going to sit here for a minute and let this play, which is going to look really boring, but... If I can get, like, the things that I am envisaging for this to come out the way that I can see it up here, I think that this should be quite cool looking because it'll be a nice thematic piece that makes sense. So I have ideas of how I want the game menu to be, which I might be able to get done on stream next week, but we'll see. I might have to do some of it before then, as we have about a week left, pretty much. So. There's like a little gap in the audio, so clearly that's not quite right. Ooh. Oh, that could have been the wrong one playing, so we'll have to do it again. I had both versions playing and forgot. Okay. So my hope is that the menu will sort of resemble somebody's mobile phone receiving texts for race dates and times, which you then interact with to start a race. So the music that we've got for this is meant to be a pretty chill, relaxed thing, as if you're at home doing something pretty unrelated, just to sort of mix up the ambience a bit. And that's the best I can do as far as describing this music to you. You're going to hear it once the game comes out. And that seems to have looped all right. Cool. Very nice. seamless. In fact, I couldn't actually tell where it stopped and started, so that's clearly worked out very well. Okay. What's next? So really how I'd like to do this is to have a system of fading going on. None. I wouldn't mind an easing algorithm of some kind for doing the fade in and fade out type deal, but so then unequal jukebox mode dot. I guess you kind of want a crossfade, which might be an interesting issue. You kind of want fade one in and one out at the same sort of time. So in which case the previous channel becomes the current channel. If it hasn't already. Oh, but then I have to have like an update thing going on in order to do all this stuff, so plus each playing sound technically needs its own state for this. You can't have just one. You don't want like a hard stop. Well, I suppose if you fade out one fully and then fade in the next one, you'd kind of get the same result. Take longer though. Hey werewolf, how's it going today? Yeah, I'm having a pretty good day overall. I've been having some trouble with my knee, which has made life a little bit less fun than I would like. But apart from that, things are going well. This game is going pretty well, actually. So, yeah, one of those days. A week to go for this jam, so maybe we can get everything out that we want to get out. I'm not sure if my app is updating correctly, because I didn't even realize it. No, this is the same game. I'm just working on the music management code for it. Because we have music now. Let me... Oh, I did just break a bunch of things in there. I should probably go undo that. Take that out, take that out. Take that out, take that out. Should be fine. Nope. Oh, it's because none of those are static. That. Yeah, easing and tweenings and stuff is very related. And it would probably help quite a lot to understand more. So this is what the game looks like at the moment. I was putting in the image for the vehicle last night, since the person I'm working with finally rendered them. And they look pretty good, I think. It's quite difficult to get this to look perfect without getting into some really complex rotational stuff. But it's fine for now. Music that I've got playing is actually pretty rocking, so pause menu. I might need to have some volume settings for the sound and stuff at some point. That's quite loud. But we'll come back to it. See you in a bit. What am I doing? I suppose that you could have so we do that and we say this thing is starting at 0, it's got its stuff. We're going to set this one to do that. Really this should be just a crossfade, fade. And then we'll have things for the current channel. And the same thing for the previous channel. If mode equals jukebox mode dot fade, then we need to start making considerations. So if something is not has just started playing, then current channel dot volume is equal to current channel dot volume plus 0.1 and min I'm going to just go for a linear fade at the moment and see how it sounds. Like that. If channel.volume is equal to 1, well, equal to or greater than 1, because you could get weird underflow errors. was jukebox mode.play. Previous channel. This channel, we're actually inverting this whole thing, so that's now 0, that's max, that's negative. It's definitely not done yet. If only it was that easy. Previous channel dot volume less than equal to 0. I'm pretty sure that it clamps it at 0, but just in case. That, like that. Free up the resources. Let's see if this works. I can't actually hear anything at all, so I don't know. Oh, I know why. Wanna know why? It's because I did not call the game jukebox update. You find yourself adding less than or equal to 0, even though it's only decrementing by 1. Yeah, it's one of those things. It only really needs to happen if you are dealing at all with floating point numbers. If the numbers you're using are integers, it's not a problem at all. Jukebox.update. This should work now. Let's see. I mean, that started pretty much immediately, so that's kind of sad. Actually, for JavaScript, you should always add a semicolon anyway. It's not just a trust thing. There are very rare circumstances where missing a semicolon could actually change the semantics of your code. So it's a really bizarre case, but it's still better to have it there, I think. That's my opinion, not a hard fact. I just think that it makes sense to just be strict about it and have it present. I guess I also have trust issues in that case. I don't really trust interpreter, I guess it is. Oh, it's because this number is way too big. I mean, me doing it like that is really dumb. If I want to take a second to do a full volume increase, well, 2 seconds, I guess. Start from a second. So the time it takes in this frame is dt. Like that. And I want to have something along the lines of yeah, I mean you could do it like that, so we could literally do dt just to see what happens. I did fade in. And that faded out. Okay, that was promising. DT. But you divide it by 2 so it's slower. So now it should take 2 seconds. Okay, I'm happy with that. Annoyingly, I couldn't get sound from my game or my desktop generally to play on stream, so you guys can't hear it. So that's why I'm extra verbalizing, I hope. But that sounded pretty good for me. I don't know if you really notice it at such small increments of volume, but it's close enough. Just see if there's anything else I wanted to do here right now. I think that's pretty good. You get one background track. It's gonna fade in and out the music already for you. There's probably some fancy thing you could have done here with coroutines or something, but I don't want to deal with it. It's like the only good use of coroutines I have, and I still struggle to understand the best way to use it. So add a jukebox to play background music. Nice. Checking that off the list. Very cool. What's next? I don't actually have sound effects at the moment, so I'm not going to make those right now. I sort of... hello there, Redia. This programming language is called Ren. You can find out more information about it at ren.io, like that. It's a scripting language, similar to Lua. But it has a few differences. It's heavily class-based. And I am very happy using it. I think it's pretty good. So what we have here is a mixture. So the language is Ren, but the game engine is my own thing that I have made available for everybody called Dome. Which you can go to domeengine.com and find. And this provides you all of the stuff you need for drawing to the screen and making the music play and handling input. All of the game stuff that sits on top, that's all stuff I've written. Yeah, it's a pretty small language, fairly niche, but it's quite interesting, I think. It's the main draw for it is that it's really embeddable. So if you are working on some project and you need a scripting language, it's really easy to get the Ren VM into your project. So it's in the same place that you might use a Lua interpreter, you can use a Ren interpreter, and it basically drops in. Dome is written in C, and the Ren VM is written in C. So getting those two to talk to each other is really simple, but it's fine. There are a number of bindings now. We have a Discord and other stuff, so yeah. I've been building Dome for the last almost 2 years, actually, now I think about it. It might even have been 2 years. Yeah. A little over 2 years. To basically give me a toolkit that I'm happy to make games with, and also so that other people can just use Ren to make stuff without having to embed it themselves all at once. So, yeah, give it a try. You might like it. Don't know. You don't have to. I'm just insanely proud of it. So, I'm trying to decide what I want to do next for this game. I could start building up the UI for the menu. Thank you, werewolf. Yeah, I'm a bit crazy like that. I always preferred the tinkering around with the low-level engine system to making the damn game. So I thought I'd go a step further and just make the whole engine, and then I have no excuse. I have to make the game now. I've made the engine. Myself up. No, I'm often the person on the team doing the sort of engine and system development, which is odd because I do like UI stuff, which is why I do games. Okay. Yeah, but it's the sort of thing that you could easily get lost in the weeds doing, trying to optimize stuff and make things work, and you kind of need all of that to be there before you can make anything else. So yeah, I've put the time investment in so you kind of don't have to. But yeah, I need to find out. I have the initial commit for Dome somewhere. I should find out when that was. Can I just do that? Initial commit. Thursday, June 28th, 2018. So yeah, I missed the birthday. That's a shame. I could have done something cool. Although I didn't actually give it a decent name until a couple hours later. Anyway, sorry, I can get all nostalgic about that at some other time. Yeah. It's one of those things. There's a few different engines around. Lux is in development for if you want to continue using Ren, and it's a bit heavier. Well, no. Let me be very clear. It's a minimalist engine that will do what you want to do, from what I understand. It's just it does more than Dome does, so it depends really on what you need. But it looks fancy. I can't make things look fancy. Okay. So I kind of don't know how I want this to look exactly, but I need to like mock up a smartphone type frame here. Thinking futuristic too, so RGB. Sorry, there was a lot of rambling in the last 5 minutes or so. Now we're already sort of using the purple. Let's go for a cooler blue type thing. Yeah. Rambling on Twitch. Who'd have thought it? guess I don't really need that. Canvas.rect fill. Let's say 100, 100. It's going to be 200 wide, 400 tall. Use the fun background color. Ooh. Oh. Ren goes a little bit weird when you try and do scoping and closing over things. I'll be honest, I don't fully understand why. I just know that if you capitalize stuff, it works. That's too big. But it's okay. That's almost a good size, I guess. My phone looks kind of that sort of screen size. I get very good at centering stuff. Horizontally, that should be central. Very nice. Really, thinking about it, this doesn't work because the pixel sizing means that names of screen text will actually be massive. This game isn't high resolution enough. Although, the resolution for the view and the main menu don't have to be the same. So, could play with that and see what happens. Start resize. So I'm just going to change the screen size between the menu and everything else. Nice, that actually works pretty smoothly. So, but then it doesn't do it when you come back. Aha. Interesting. Resize. It's because this stuff should actually. Oh no, not that one. This stuff should be in the main menu. Oh. Small thing, big thing, retire, small thing. Interesting. Main menu update. Had a thought here. Keyboard. Escape. Oh, just pressed. Press this to exit. So I changed how you quit the game when I put in the pause menu. So you can't escape out of here, but you can escape out of here now. Nice. But that means, I mean, yeah, so that means I can now have more space and resolution to do fancy text things. And still make it a workable UI, I hope. Although how to get from the vision in my head to the screen, I'm not sure yet. Okay, let's do print texts. X equals this bit. Let's give it a quick bezel. Left X plus 20. Uh, 158. Color dot black. Might look alright. Ding. Small text, so it looks pretty good actually. So I just need to get this stuff to sort of position it in the right places. Things, so really that should be. Let's try 300. Might be good. Right, multiplied by whatever the thing is. What is it? 16 by 9. Yeah, it always is. I don't mind. I like the interaction loop of making a change and then seeing how it looks. I think I'm approaching this wrong anyway. Something like that, probably. No. Oh, weird. So I'd expect the number to be a lot higher. Because what I want is to plug in a aspect ratio. That's not really helpful. Oh, I know why. Because I didn't actually use the height value anywhere. It's not going to change the height, is it? That's better. That's what I wanted. Because now it vaguely looks like a phone in terms of dimension. What's too big? $400. That's a fairly good menu size. I think I can probably work with that. What's up with the text there, though? That's bizarre. You see how it's sort of strangely not rendered the same? That's unusual. That's so strange. I've not really used Dome at this size of resolution, so I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen, but I wouldn't. I suppose it is scaling that is an issue, so no, that actually seems to be something in how it's being drawn. How bizarre. didn't use the left, right, top, bottom type positioning for my buttons, so moving them all is going to be a manual thing. How annoying. I guess I could get a custom font in. Okay, that was a weird display scaling issue with the height mismatching. Once I change it to a proper screen height, that's a lot better. That was odd. I need to change the position again, but that's fine. What other screen resolutions do we have to work with? It really is that, isn't it? Okay, so if we make that 350, does that bring it up off the bottom? It does. Cool. Canvas.height minus height over 2. Like that. Now it'll be centered. This is terrible, but I'm just going to paste it here for the moment so that I have it like that. Ugh, no, I can't. I have to do it properly. I have to do it properly. Tried. I cannot be that lazy. Not with everybody watching. I suppose I don't. Well, I do need the width for everything else. Okay. Right, left. I suppose it also means I'm not recalculating at every frame, which is technically more efficient, so yeah, okay. Very nice. That isn't actually how I want the menu to look, though, so we'll have to do better. So I'm sort of pausing here to wrap my head around a couple of things, which I think I will probably have to attempt over the weekend rather than try and do now. It's getting sort of late. Because what I'm thinking about, I suppose I'll explain. So I want this menu to have a few different states to it, so that you click on a name, it takes you to the next sort of sub-screen that shows you some preamble story stuff, and then you start the race proper. But to do that, I have to start pulling apart this menu as it works right now, and I don't want to do that right now. So there is one thing I think I'm probably up for, which would be to have something like color. Color.red by default. Technically, this is styles, I suppose. Text color.red. Text.hover, because that's a good name. Color.white. Button color. Oh, technically that's white and black. I've never really worked on an immediate mode UI before, up until this project. So this is new ground for me as far as how this would work. But we're sort of going for a command pattern idea. Button. Oh. Styles. Button.hover. I think someone joked on a previous stream that I might end up doing CSS style styling for this, and I guess we're not too far off. This shouldn't have broken anything. Fingers crossed. Oh, it does though, because I did not pass something through. Like that. But now I should be able to do... I see. Set style key value. there's not a easy way to like copy a map in Ren, which is a bit awkward. Styles or default styles. Well, technically it should be more like if the value equals null, then value equals default styles. If the value still equals null, then fiber.abort turn value. Like that. The Vim search find replace is not like a standard regex engine, which makes things a little bit tricky. That still shouldn't have broken anything. Cool. I suppose really this needs to be a empty app. This should still work. Cool. Set style. And actually, the fancy bit here is the following. Like that. The idea being that you set the value just when you need to, and then unset style key like this. And so this stuff is all command pattern basically, and it filters through now like that. So in theory, I could go to a button and do, well, ctx dot set style button color dot magenta. Do I have a magenta? No, I'll use a color actually, no. And unset style. So now one of the buttons should have changed color. Or broke. That's because it's itself. Hey, that's almost what we wanted. Only the edit buttons should change then. Hey, there we go, there we go. That gives me a lot more formatting flexibility moving forward, because I can attach styling information to the UI context and change it for each thing. Nice. Yes, flexible, exactly. But the trick here is that I didn't add this straight away because I didn't need it straight away. I'm only adding it now because I want to start doing styling, so it develops a bit more organically. That's the theory anyway. It's the sort of thing that it's hard to foresee how you want to change and use something until you start needing to use it. With all the menu stuff so far, I've not really cared about the color, so I didn't allow you to set the color. I picked something and we went off and did it. Now I want to change the color, I need to figure out the way I want to do that. And this seems to be the way I want to do that. So, I mean, a different way of doing this, which might be better, would be to not have this on the context, but instead have like a UI class like this one that you pass the context into. But maybe that's a bit weird. I don't know. The thing is that the styling otherwise has no real interaction point, so it's not the worst. I'll leave it for now. Yeah, I can. And with that, I think I am done for the night. Thank you so much, everybody who came by today. Hope that you had a bit of fun sort of watching me flail a bit with music and UI bits and pieces and a couple of other cleanup stuff. It's been a bit of a roundabout stream. Oh, hang on, let me fix this and then I'll go. Interesting, button.hover was not found. It's because I named it wrong. That's brilliant. Okay, now we're good. Now we're good. That's fine. Well, this is a terrible track. When it fades out, new one. I'm just having a quick review on the current state of the game, and then I'll hang up properly, as it were. Vroom, vroom. I crashed. Vroom, vroom. There we go. I think I'm going to change the jukebox fade out a little bit. Just so that that's a bit faster, because it's a bit weird to have it lingering. And then it fades out. Much nicer. Alright. I'm done now. Cool. Yes, so thank you so much, everybody, for coming by for this stream of me working on All-Nighter. We've got a week left for the jam. I'll be back on Monday.
probably integrating the last little bits and pieces of function and maybe make some tracks. Might be a fun time. So have a good evening and see you later. Signing off.